My name is Claudine Lefrancois. I'm a friend of Eric Hamel, whom I want to introduce you. He came here from Montreal, visiting Atlanta. How are you, Eric?
Very good, and you?
Really well. I have a few questions from you.
Okay.
First of all, apparently you were oblivious to your gift when you were younger and just a few years ago. And now things have changed in your life. How do you see yourself now?
How do I see myself?
Yes, how do you see yourself?
I have changed a lot. I was so stressed before. I was into computers. I was working like crazy. I was running after money. All these things that we are used to do because we are programmed to do that. And so I believe that I was not myself. And so now I'm more and more myself, because what I'm discovering by liberating the programmation is my true nature, my divine nature. And so that's how I see myself now, more like I am for real.
And in relationship to your gifts, or how would you describe what you do? Is it a gift? Is it?
First of all, people think it's a gift because they don't know where it comes from. They say it must be coming from God if you don't know where it comes from. And so that's why they call that gifts. But in fact, it's not really gifts. I believe that we can all work to develop these abilities, and we all have access to these abilities. It's just a question of working. And so if we work a lot to develop these abilities, are they gifts?
No. They come naturally.
So yes. Yeah. It's part of our divine nature. So it's nothing special.
Well, people look at what you do, and when you work on them, they feel energy and they think, well, you know, how can I learn to do this? He's special, I'm not, so I don't know. I might even just turn away and not pay attention to that kind of thing. And so what is your answer to them? What would you like to tell them?
Well, one of the first thing I say to people is that you are not your physical body, so that people understand that they are not a limited human being like they believe. Because if that's what you believe, in all your power, divine power or the power of God, you will be very limited because you are very powerful. And so no, it's nothing special. It's part of who we are.
So stick with it. Try it.
You should not look at someone else like if they are better than you.
Why is that?
Because we are all divine beings, so we are all equals.
I see.
What is your next question?
What is my next question? People may ask you, okay, do you know everything? Did you figure it out? Or do you feel you're still learning?
I am still learning, like I have been learning for the past 6 years. What I believe today does not mean that I will stick to that and it's not gonna change. Obviously, it's been changing a lot the past 6 years. And so the way I work or the way I learn, my guides, they tell me, try this and see what happens. And so if I don't try it, I cannot know what it does. So I cannot create something that does not exist. So it's the best way for me to learn what is real, is by doing it. And so that's why I can tell you this, if you do this, that will happen. But you have to do it for yourself.
So everybody may have the different process. They may learn your tools, your modality, but then they may modify it to their own energy. Great.
the way they work, like what I do. I do the same. Sometimes people show me what they do, and then I adapt them to how I work. Sometimes I am able to make these tools even easier to use for me.
Okay. So what do you believe your mission to be?
Well, when I was 2 years old, I was remembering that my mission was to help people. So as simple as that. But first I had to learn how to help myself. And so a lot of people, they have that mission in the mission of their lives, especially the young babies that come into this world right now. They are very old souls, and so they come here to help humanity to go through what we're going through right now. And so there's only one help to give. It is to show people how to love themselves and how to love others.
And why now more than any other time in history?
Because now is time for ascension. Ascension, it is to raise our vibration. Ascension means that there's something going up. So it is our vibratory rate, our vibrations. And so in order to raise our vibrations, we need to put more fuel inside our own body so that we raise our vibrations. And that fuel is love. Love is not what we think it is. It's not just love between two persons. Love is the energy of life. It is what makes things live. It is what makes things vibrate. And so the more you fill yourself with love, that electromagnetic energy, the more you raise your vibrations.
And what will happen if everybody does that? What is the big picture coming up for us?
Well, what do you see coming?
So are you saying that I need to look and create for myself what's going to happen? Or?
Well, if everybody learns how to love themselves and how to love others, do you see that it's going to change a lot of things in our society?
Yes, definitely. Maybe wars will go away, or?
Well, there's going to be war until people learn how to love themselves. If you cannot do war if you love yourself.
What is, in your opinion, you came to Atlanta a couple times, are you planning to come back? And why Atlanta?
Well, first of all, planning is with the ego, and so I don't plan to come back.
Oh.
No offense. But I try to listen to what my guides are telling me. And so they tell me when it's time to go somewhere. And to reassure you, my guides say that don't worry, he's going to be back.
Okay, good. Let's not plan for you to come back.
But we don't need to plan. It will manifest when it's going to be time.
What are your guys saying about the future, like this coming year, for instance, for the next few months? What to expect in changes, not personally only, but around us?
Well, right now people are forced to look inside them and do a cleaning, to liberate themselves from their emotional wounds. And so it's difficult to do that. It's hard work. Most people don't want to look at that. They did not want to live this, and so they did not accept what happened, and so that's why they created emotional wounds. So they are afraid of having to relive the same thing again. So that's why they don't want to look at their wounds. But they don't have to. That's the key. And so if that's what happens inside of us, that's exactly what we create outside to push us to look at our wounds. And so there's going to be a lot of movement outside to shake us to wake up.
To shake the societies, there will be a lot of events and turmoil just as we experience inside. And so from what I can understand is when we experience something inside, that's a call for attention. and responding by paying attention and giving love to ourselves and healing those wounds using your modality that people can see on the DVD there, that facilitates the process. Now for society, where the rug will be pulled from underneath our feet, as they say in English. So how will society respond to that? Will completely refuse to go with the flow, or what
That
could
we
be the
have
reaction?
no clue how the society will react, and it's part of our job to help people go through whatever they want to go through.
Mm-hmm. I can, give you a scenario of people panicking and instead of trying to help each other, kind of pulling and trying to get the needs that they feel need fulfilling.
Yeah, and if they do that, you see that they are pushed because of fear.
Mm-hmm.
And fear is the opposite of love, and so if they do that, they are not learning their lesson.
So how can we deal with these individuals as these times will come?
There's nothing you can do. You cannot push someone to listen if they don't want to listen.
Right. But if they come to me and they harass me or push me or try to create fear in me, how can I be safe, or how can I protect myself, or whatever? What would you recommend?
Is to stay calm, to know that you are protected already. You are light, and so light is stronger than darkness, and so you don't need to fear darkness. You just have to stay with love and know that you will be protected, or whatever will happen to you is perfect for your learning. So you must not be scared of what will happen.
So people tend to judge in good and bad, and so whatever you do, if we judge it's bad, it's an illusion.
Yeah, you're in the illusion.
Okay.
And if you're stuck in the illusion, you suffer. That's when you suffer. And if you stop judging that something is bad, then it's a lot easier to accept that thing in your life that you created.
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense if you are the creator. And so you are in unity, you are in peace, instead of rejecting it and trying to escape from it.
I understand. Thank you, Eric, for coming to Atlanta.
My pleasure.
And along with everybody from Atlanta, we're so grateful, and we look forward to you coming back very soon.
And I look forward to it too.